Good morning, my dear students of class 9. I welcome you all to your economics class. So students, in our last class, we have discussed or revised two important concepts. One is the capital needed in farming, and the second one is the sale of surplus farm products, isn't it? And these two concepts are interrelated. That means the sale of surplus farm product enables the farmers to arrange the capital that is needed for farming. So students, in Palampur, as we all know, there are three categories of farmers: small, medium and the large farmers. And students, the small farmers are the one who have little or no land for cultivation. So they cannot contribute anything to the market. They cannot sell any surplus crops in the market because they hardly produce to feed their own family. So there is no question of selling anything in the market. So students, this means that it is the medium and the large farmers who sell crops to the market. They are the ones who contribute to the market, and in return they are also able to have sufficient amount of income from the sale of the surplus food crops. And how do they utilize this income? By saving it in their bank account. Not only that, sometimes they also utilize these savings to give loans to the small farmers, who in return give them a very high rate of interest. And sometimes they also use their savings to buy various modern farming equipments like tractors are bought, kettles are bought, etc. to augment or to enhance their income from farming. And students, the third way in which they utilize their savings is to invest the money in various non-farming activities. Sometimes they buy trucks, sometimes they set up shops to generate some extra money during the off season by investing it in the non-farming activities, isn't it? And students, so what happens? These farmers, the medium and the large farmers, are easily able to manage the capital that is needed in farming because they have so much of savings, isn't it? But students, the problem occurs in case of the small farmers. They have to borrow money to arrange for the capital. And from whom do they borrow? They borrow from the large farmers, from the money lenders, from the local traders who charge a very high rate of interest. So not only they are charged a very high rate of interest, but also they have to agree to various harsh terms and conditions. But since they have no other option, they have to agree to all these terms and conditions. They are the ones who are basically exploited. They have to suffer the most. Alright. So students, this brings us to the last topic of this chapter, the non-farming activities. So non-farming activities are the ones which are not related to agriculture. These are the non-agricultural activities. Students, we all know that in Palampur, agriculture is the most important economic activity, isn't it? So only a few of them, only a few percentage of the population, around 25%, are engaged in non-farming activities. So there are four non-farming activities which are undertaken in Palampur: dairy farming, shopkeeping, transportation and small-scale manufacturing. But students, in reality, there are numerous non-farming activities ranging from poultry farming, animal husbandry, weaving, pottery, etc., etc. But in this particular chapter, only four non-farming activities are given. So the first one is dairy farming. Dairy farming means the raising of domesticated animals like cows and buffaloes in order to have milk, so that the milk can be sold out in the market in order to generate some extra income. So students, what happens in Palampur? These cattle or these cows and buffaloes are given grass, jowar and bajra to eat, and the milk that is obtained is sold in the nearby market of Raiganj. And students, some traders have even set up collection chilling centers in Shahpur so that the milk can be stored. We all know that milk is a non-durable or perishable item, isn't it? So it will get spoiled if it is not stored in a cool temperature. So to preserve it for a longer period of time, collection chilling centers are set up where the milk is stored, which can later on be transported to far away cities and towns. And then students, the second non-farming activity which is undertaken is small-scale manufacturing. Small-scale manufacturing means production of goods which are done on a very manufacturing of goods which are done on a very limited scale. A very less investment is there, then very simple skills are used, very simple tools are used, and machines are not used. Instead of machine, human labor is used. And students, in Palampur, as we all know, most of the people are farmers, and most of them are poor farmers, small farmers. So they are not in a position to hire laborers to work in their small scale manufacturing units. So what they do, they generally engage their own family members to work in their small scale manufacturing units. Okay, and so students, one very popular small scale manufacturing activity which is undertaken in Palampur is Jaggery Manufacturing. Production of jaggery is done in the small scale manufacturing unit of Palampur. So one person, his name is Mishri Lal. What he did, he bought one sugarcane crushing machine in order to crush the sugarcane so that its juice can be obtained, which can later on be converted into jaggery. So this is one example of small scale manufacturing activity which is undertaken in Palampur. And then students, the third category of non-farming activity is shopkeeping. So in Palampur, some of the people or some of the farmers have even set up shops where they sell the various grocery items, biscuits, toothpaste, oil, etc., etc. Okay, and some of the people whose houses are nearby the bus stand have even set up shops in their own house so that they can sell the various items, the eatables basically, to the passengers. Basically biscuits are sold, then mixtures are sold, chips are sold, etc. So this is how they manage to earn some extra income. And then students, the last non-farming activity in Palampur is transportation. We all know that in Palampur the transportation system is quite well developed. The various types of vehicles are seen plying on the road, ranging from bullock carts, tangas, bogies, bikes, trucks. So many vehicles are seen plying on the road, and these vehicles are used not only to carry people but also to carry goods from Palampur to the market, from the market to the Palampur, and in return they are paid money for it. So one person, his name is Kishora, he has also bought one buffalo. So the buffalo serves dual purpose. First, it can be used as a cattle to obtain milk, which can be used to sold in the market, and then income will be generated. And second purpose that it serves is that buffalo is also used as a means of transportation to carry goods and people from Palampur to market and from market to Palampur. So this is how the people in Palampur are managing to earn some extra income for themselves. Basically the poor farmers require this extra source of income. And then some people who are educated, like one Kareem, has also started one computer learning center where he gives computer skills to the higher secondary students, and to girls or to women from Palampur who have got diploma in computer skill are also hired by Kareem to work in his computer learning center. So in this way the non-farming activities are slowly and gradually expanding in Palampur. And students, these non-farming activities are very important. These are basically important for two reasons. First, it generates some additional income. It helps the people to have some additional income. And second, it also enables the people to have some alternative source of income. Otherwise, we all know that agriculture is a seasonal activity, and the small farmers basically have to search for other work during the off season, and for that they are paid very lesser amount of money. So it's better to engage themselves in the non-farming activities as well, isn't it? So students, this brings us to the end of this chapter. We have completed the chapter. In your next class, that is on coming Tuesday, you will be having your chapter test. So kindly be prepared well for the test. In case you have any doubt or difficulty, do let me know. Okay? Thank you. Take care and stay safe.